Hello and welcome to From Scratch to Finish. Today we are going to learn how to make a garden vegetable pie from scratch to finish. Now, when I was younger, probably not even 10 years ago, I would never have eaten anything called garden vegetable pie. But for some reason it called to me. I tried it and I absolutely loved it. I think I like the garden vegetable pie more than I like the tomato pie that we fixed last week. So, my taste buds must be changing, maturing, something. So let's go on and get started. We are going to need 3 Roma tomatoes sliced, which I have right here. They are already sliced. They are set in the colander and sprinkled with salt, and they need to rest for about 10 minutes. We need a small zucchini sliced into rings, a small squash sliced into rings, and we're going to also need a half a cup of green or red onion, basil, Greek yogurt mixed with mayo, and then we need sharp cheddar cheese, mozzarella cheese, and Parmesan cheese. So while we also need our pie crust. Can't miss the most important part here. While we wait for our tomatoes to rest, we are going to head on over to the stovetop so that we can heat our zucchini and squash slices over medium heat with salt and pepper. So let's head on over to the stovetop. All right, here we are with our squash and zucchini all sliced up. I'm going to cut my heat onto medium heat. And I'm going to sprinkle this with some pepper and salt for seasoning. Let me sprinkle it on my hands first, because I don't want to add too much. Alright, so we are going to just wait for these things, these rings of zucchini and squash to cook. And when they are done, we just place them on a paper towel that's on a plate, and then we will layer them in to the garden vegetable pie. So I'm going to go on and get a plate and a paper towel to have that ready. I will admit you're supposed to put them in here in a single layer, but I'm not a very patient person, so I just throw them all in here at once, and I just constantly move them around. So I'm going to keep doing this, and then I will show you what they look like when they are done. See you back in a few minutes. All right, so I have finished sauteing the zucchini and squash. So that is ready. And it has been about 10 minutes since we have done the tomatoes. So I'm going to go on and pat those down just like we did last time when we made the tomato pie to get any of that excess juice out. So just like with the tomato pie, we are going to put a layer of the tomatoes down first. Right. Then we'll go on and layer the zucchini and squash. Spread it out some in a minute. So then we need to add, let's see, I believe we need to add the basil and then the onion. So 1.5 teaspoons of the basil. Then our 1/2 cup of chopped onion. The onion likes to stick together from when I chopped it. So I like to go through and kind of try to spread it out a little bit. When I chop onion, I do it as fast as possible. I hate chopping onion. All right. Then we need to season with the salt and pepper, which I left over at the stove. So again, I want to sprinkle it in my hand because that was way too much that I just put in my hand. Sprinkle it with some salt. And pepper. I just realized I poured the salt into a bowl I'm about to use. Alright, so then we are going to create our mixture. Remember, you can do all mayo. You can do 3/4 cup of mayonnaise. But if you want a healthier version that tastes the exact same, you can do half of the Greek yogurt and half mayo. I do 2/4 cups of Greek yogurt and 1/4 cup of mayo. And I taste absolutely no difference at all. Last time I did, Charlie always eats the tomato pie, and I made his with the Greek yogurt mayonnaise mix as well, and he did not even notice the difference. I wasn't about to tell him, hey, I added Greek yogurt into this. It's not exactly the same as I made it before. One-fourth cup of mayonnaise. Alright, then we want to add a cup of, let's see, the mozzarella cheese. A cup of the cheddar cheese. And mix it all together. All right, Kimberly, I think you jinxed me. You said I'm always so neat, and I am getting this cheese everywhere. Alright, so it's all mixed together. I'm going to spread it out on top. And then we are going to sprinkle just a little bit of Parmesan cheese on the top. And put it in the oven at 350, and we're going to bake it for 30 minutes. All right, so I'll see you in 30 minutes so you can see how it turned out. All right, so here is the vegetable pie straight out of the oven. Still very hot. so I can't lift it up for you to see. But remember to wait at least 15 minutes before slicing into this delicious garden vegetable pie. And that is it for this episode of From Scratch to Finish. See you next time.